comprised of deoxyribose, which is sugar, PO4, which is phosphate, and adenine or A, thymine or T, cytosine or C, and guanine or G. When changing the combinations from DNA to DNA, the A and T always go together, and the C and G always go together. 3 bases make up a codon in each group, and they're separated by dashes. Now let's try some replications.
The first set of DNA is TAC. In replication, the T turns to A, the A turns to T, and the C turns to G. The second codon is GGA. The G turns to C, the second G turns to C, and the A turns to T. The third codon is CTA. The C turns to G, the T turns to A, and the A turns to T. The last codon is ATT. The A turns to T, the T turns to A, and the second T turns to A.
When going from DNA to RNA, it is called transcription. Also, there are no T's used. It gets replaced with a U, which stands for uracil. T's are changed to A, and A is changed to U. Let's practice some transcriptions.
In the first codon, the A gets turned to U, the T gets turned to A, and the G gets turned to C. In the second codon, the C gets turned to G, the second C gets turned to G, and a T gets turned to A. In the third codon, the G gets turned to C, the T gets turned to A, and the second T gets turned to A. In the last codon, the T gets turned to A, the A gets turned to U, and the A gets turned to U.
The last step in protein synthesis is changing RNA into an amino acid. If you take a codon, which is a group of 3 bases, and follow the amino acids wheel, you will find the amino acid that goes with that codon. Let's try some translations. This is the protein synthesis chart. It helps you find what amino acid makes up the codon. For our first codon, we start with U, then we move to A, then we finish at C. This means that this protein is tyrosine. Our second codon is GGA. On the chart you start at G, then you move to the second G, then you finish at A. This means that this protein is glycine. For our third codon, it's CAA. On the chart you start at C, then you go to A, and you finish at a second A. This means that this amino acid is glutamine. Our last codon is AUU. On the chart you start at A, you move to U, and you finish at the last U. This amino acid is known as isoleucine.